So here's a cut into the cut bank actually, and it shows deposition at some time in the past, probably a former point bar. And down here we've got some cross bedding, so you can see the there's a, see if I can get the layers are kind of tilted like this down below, and then right here there's a darker layer. Actually, it's even scoured right there. But there's a clay layer. That dark layer is a clay top that was typically found on top of point bars as the what do you call it? As the stream level drops, the water gets shallower and shallower until the only thing it deposits is clay. And from there, there's another package here of sand topped by a clay layer, and then it moves up to another layer, and we've got some interesting ripple marks at the top, just like we saw in the surface of the point bar earlier. So I cut this a few hours ago and then let it dry a bit to kind of bring out the colors. Didn't bring it out as much as I would like, but it is pretty good. The other thing what's interesting is once it dries and has time to kind of erode a little bit by wind, we can really see those layers here. There's one, it's a dune here, and there's a dune on top. And these are small dunes, they're not big like you might see in the desert or something like that. These are small, maybe meter scale dunes, they're not very big. But what's interesting is notice all the swirling in here. I'm not sure, but there might have been some mixing in here, or some, while it was real gooey and soft, there may have been some jostling from something, and it caused sort of a weird mixing in there. We usually call it soft sediment deformation. There's a couple other scour marks there, and one there, and then the layer on top. All very interesting stuff. The like the hematite that you see in there, those are areas where any iron-bearing minerals were oxidized, or simply because roots probably grew through there, they tend to change the color of the sediment a little bit. And we actually can see a layer where the dark material is right here. Where's my pencil? And across there, we can trace that all the way across to this other area where it's a little more weathered. We can see it here, and if we keep going, we can see it all the way down. That is a buried soil horizon. We call those paleosols. And then we can see the layers that deposited later on top, and of course it goes way up to the top of the cut bank here. So that point bar that we were on earlier, that's way down there, will eventually be cut just like this one was, and we would be able to see the internal layers that we can now. And if we were to go way over to the other side of the creek there, we would get the same thing. And just for a 360 here, there's that point bar, and we look upstream and back where we were.